Welcome to this new tutorial. Today we will be talking about SDL Perfect Match. In this video we will demonstrate how to use Perfect Match, but in the beginning let's get to started and to get to know more about Perfect Match. So SDL Perfect Match allows you to match translated bilingual documents against new source files for in-context pre-translation. It's important to insist here that we are talking about a pre-translation process. So what we gotta do here is leveraging existing content as in the pre-translation phase by matching entire paragraphs and documents, and that's a unique thing to be done in TM systems because the change of what's previously known as context match, and we will explain why. So first of all, let's talk when we can use the perfect match, the SDL perfect match. So we have two instances where we can really get the most out of it. The first one is when you have a new project content that to a large extent is almost the same as the previous one. For instance, if like a company decided to translate a file and then they moved to a new locale and they changed maybe a couple of paragraphs from like a whole document. So now you'll have a new document, but it's not completely new. It is adapted from a previous one, and perhaps you will have a lot of chapters. Let's say you have a lot of content that is exactly similar, the same range, the same everything. So the changes are very minor. So this is one instance where you will be using perfect match and you will be get the most out of it. The second function or the second example that you will be using perfect match and use it for the most is when for instance you received a large project and you started translating it, and then suddenly in mid project during the translation phase some changes happens. So now you'll have let's say different document that has similar chunks but differences. So now we can apply it in mid project and also as resources for a newer project, which basically on the same idea. So let's talk now about this difference between the perfect match and the context match. Both concepts were introduced by SDL. Context match was introduced early in 2009. And basically the main difference is that context match works on the segment level, whereas the perfect match works on paragraph level and sometimes on document level, and that's the main difference. So context match takes only the current and the previous segments into account, whereas SDL perfect match gives you a more security by matching the paragraphs from a whole document against the current source. It's interesting to see this effect, and we'll show that in the tutorial. And then the files that you need to do a perfect match, preferably the SDL XLIF, or you can projects that's done with older versions of SDL, so you can use TTX, which is Trados tags, that one that used in 2007, back in 2007, and you have also the ITD, which is used in SDLX, and that's also in 2007. So let's get started with the tutorial. Let's see how it's going to work for us. Okay, now it's the time to see how can we utilize SDL perfect match in real context. So the situation is now we've been contacted by a company that we've performed translation for them before, and now what they've done is they've created a new manual that is based on several files from different manuals, and it's gonna work as a master manual that has several topics, and some of the topics that they've created before, we have translated them earlier, so we have a project with them before, so we will use that project, the earlier one, as a base for the newer project. So what we're gonna do now, work in SDL, we'll just go to project, and then we will go and create a new project. When we create a new project, it's important to use the settings from, so we'll just use it because we want it to be based on a previous project. So what we'll do is we'll go to browser, locate our previous project, the one that we've worked on before, and then let's go here. It's just a project. Okay, so we should find it here. So this is our source project. Okay, let's see. Okay, now let's call this file. Let's just have a name for it. Match. Yeah, that's more than enough. Let's locate the project. Okay, let's just put it here, and then you just call it. It will create a new project. Okay, now let's create. Let's add the new files that we want to translate. So we'll go to samples. So the file now that we are adding is the file that we want to translate. This is the new project file. So this is the file that they just sent us. Should be here. Yeah, but we're doing now. That's good. Notice the source language, target language changed automatically because of the older source projects. Let's go next. This is just general information if you want to set up description, due dates, and customer names and everything. Let's now go to the language resources. Yeah, we have SDN, and then okay, let's just go and see the term bases that we have. Yep, it's here now. It's working. See, since to analyze it, we have to wait. It's SDL Trados, and we have to wait for SDL Trados. 1, 2. Okay, now it's very important. This is where we should be working on. This is the perfect match step. So we already did this. Okay, so let's add matching file. So this is the file that you want to translate, but there is no matching from before. Let's add a matching file. So let's go here, right click on it, and add it. It's needed in the xlef. Don't forget this, it's needed in the xlef version. So we'll just go back and get it in its xlef version, which is the project. You can find it from the project itself. So let's go here. Sorry, excuse me. It's gonna be here. This is the xlef version. Yeah, this is the xlef version. So let's just do an open. So now we have the previously translated file. Let's take it from the project. Okay, so now we have that, and we've matched it. We can make it lock segment, so maybe keep initial segment origin. Let's just lock it, so make sure that it's since it's already proven and there's no problems with it. Let's assume that the situation it is. So we'll just lock the segment, and then let's do next. Now we'll have to make sure that we include perfect match. So perfect match is here, so we didn't really need to do anything since perfect match is here. Let's now go for next, and then just finalize it and see the final outcome. Okay, so let's see now how it looks like from the inside. So this is our project. This is the new. See, we have 24% done, and this is that's what we were looking for. So let's go inside and see how it looks inside. Let's see how can we recognize perfect match. If you can see here, see the PM perfect match, and we have what? We have the lock because we've ordered to lock whatever is there. So we can see that we have two links here, two segments that is not, they are not perfect match. So we can see now this is big chunk that was already translated and approved previous version. So these are the newer chunks maybe that they added to their project. Let's see if we have more. Yeah, see now there's also another big chunk, or maybe I think it's a paragraph and listing. So yeah, so this, see how much see, and it's locked, indicating that it's a perfect match, and it's secure because it did not only evaluate segment level, it evaluated a whole file. So now we can know, see all of that. So now we have a 24% ready. Imagine that you're doing that in real world and you're sending that to a translator. That will save you a lot of money. Then see here we have only 3 segments that was not SDL was not confident 100% to say that this is a perfect match, so it kept it for you to translate it. Maybe you can utilize a TM that you used previously to maybe see how much is the leverage that you can get. And if you can see, yes, we have all of that here. So this is perfect match. This is how we can use it. This is how can we recognize it by seeing the PM and the lock and everything, and it's signed off and everything. So we now can start translate it and do the version number 2 rather than starting from scratch. This is how we use a previous project to start a new project. Thank you very much for watching.